there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Metal Gear Solid 3 European Extreme video walkthrough. We're about to be escorting Eva, and this is one of those sections when I was younger, when I first played this game, that absolutely terrified me. The prospect of playing this difficulty when this game first came out when I was younger, like, I almost immediately dismissed it because of this sequence. And if you don't know, you have to escort Eva and she's injured, so she moves really slowly. And a bunch of guards are up your ass the entire time, like some kind of, you know, prison gangbang. So it makes it really, really difficult to make her move and get where you need to be. So there's a lot of juggling between shooting and telling her to come and planning your route and things. And then I saw a speedrunner many years ago use TNT on a log that stopped all of the soldiers from being able to follow you. And then it trivialized the entire sequence. And I realised, you know, I'd been worried over nothing, and I'd not played it on that difficulty, A, because I was shit at the game, and I was young, so I was pretty much shit at most games. And I just cowered it out for no real reason, because there was a really good way of doing it. And I'm going to show you that technique on this video, because it makes it really, really fun. It makes it a much more functional section. And another reason I didn't like this moment was Eva's stamina drains so quick. Like, she's got the metabolic rate of a vampire. It's just madness. Like, unless she eats every other minute, she doesn't move. So at the beginning I picked up a ton of rations, and I'm going to kick some of the reticulated pythons because it's really good stamina recovery. The first screen there, I didn't call her to me because you don't need to. It's only the ones that follow that you have to do that with. So on this bit, you want to draw her over here towards the right hand side. And what's going to happen is, unless you're really lucky and Eva's on the ball and she speed walk, crouch, crawl things up here, then you're cool. But she doesn't do that for me, so I have to trank this guy, because if he sees her, we fail. And it's instant fail. It's none of that bullshit about alarms and stuff, it's just done. So I do that and I realise, Jesus Christ, there's two of them. There's three of them. So I hit him, it goes into caution, I hit his buddy, and then they run away. And I think, if I trank this guy... Yeah, there we go. Now they're all going to be like looking around at bodies and stuff and kicking them awake. And it gives me enough time to kick this fruit and pick up some fruit, because it's really good stamina recovery. And then I can plant the TNT on the bridge, get Eva across it, and then blow it. So there's the Yosemite Sam TNT. Make sure Eva's nowhere near it, make sure the soldiers are nowhere near it, or you might get a kill. And then detonate it. So she's saying she's tired, so I'm going to give her some food. Because if you let her get too hungry, she does an animation where she hugs her stomach.
Can I have seconds?
She's a braver woman than me as well. I don't think I could eat a giant anaconda without cooking it first. Fuck that. I think I'd be far too preoccupied that it would try and eat me. Goddamn hugging buggers. But keep on leading her down here. And what's going to happen is you're going to get to an area where there's a couple of guards patrolling. So you're going to want to trank them. It's not this area though. This is pretty simple, this one. You just have to get to that ledge across there and it'll go to a transition. So the room coming up is going to be a bunch of guards patrolling. I trank a few of them and ignore the rest. Or maybe I trank them all. We'll soon see. And then the screen after that is going to be a bunch of dudes waiting in ambush, which is really easy because they're all looking the wrong way, so you can take them all out from a perch and then just walk past them. I was really curious to see how tough this section was going to be, and I can happily say you don't have to worry about it, because I did it in 2 takes. My first take was assuming that Eva would get up to the login time, and I ran in front of her, planted the TNT, and I instantly failed because they saw her. Which, I didn't make that mistake the second time, as you saw. But this is the patrolling dudes. I've put the thermals on to try and help me see them. A lot of people use the thermals to help them aim, because it does kind of like a cross that helps you guide your shot, but I don't think it's that useful, personally. And it's all preference in the end. So I'm going to trank these guys, it seems. And I'm really not a fan of the iron sights on this gun. Like, the iron sights on Metal Gear Solid 4 of the exact same weapon are really nice. Although it does look like a different gun, I believe. There we go. There goes him. And then I think we're good now to... Yeah, we can just walk through this area now and it's done. Just takes a little bit longer than I would like because we're waiting for her. And it's one of them moments where I always think, you know, just leave her behind, dude. I know you're going to get a really awesome bang at the end of this, but you're also going to give secrets to the Chinese. You know, you've got to... Guys, which is most important? Hitting Eva in every single hole, which is a really inviting notion. In front of a fireplace, no doubt, with some cheesy James Bond music. Or not giving China, you know, the Philosopher's Legacy, or whatever the hell it's called in this game. And if he really is so patriotic and he's had his sex drive dulled, because he's a super soldier and everything, and having functioning testicles is probably not really good for a super soldier, because he's going to be too interested in pussy than he is killing people and, you know, winning the war. It just sucks as well knowing that after this, for some reason, Snake's gonna... I say Snake. Big Boss is gonna turn into some kind of bitch. Because all those people in Peace Walker that have got ridiculous names like Paco and Peth and Chico, all these randomly, you know, colour palette swapped characters are all going to play an important role on the mother base and all that other stupid bullshit. And the reason it bugs me is the characters in these games have always been eccentric and cool. They've always been, you know, like, the guy who uses bees, the dude who's totally gay and bites people. Like, they always had a hook that made them different. But Peace Walker had... It was like an episode of Emmerdale Farm. It was the most generic shit ever. And Ground Zeroes is going to give those characters real life and real story, as it explains how, you know, phantom pain happens. And I'm hoping they're all going to die. Every single one of them's going to die, and Big Boss is going to get super pissed off and fall out of heaven and, you know, all that shit. But I don't know, and I'm excited for it, because I'm a big Metal Gear fan.
Well, not bad at all.
And I was thinking that this was probably an inopportune time to put this guide out, but with how close Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero is, I think it's kind of a nice build-up to it. Even though it's definitely going to get neglected for Dark Souls 2. Unless I don't like Dark Souls 2. And that could happen, guys. Because I got obsessed with Dark Souls 1. I did not get obsessed with Demon Souls. You know, I played Demon Souls maybe 10 times. And every so often I get the tingle to play it. And I go and play it for about an hour. And I turn it off. You know, nowhere near the same for me. So there is always the possibility that Dark Souls 2 could do that. But suffice to say, both projects will be covered, and thank you for watching.